How to light cinematic interiors. Hello everybody, my name is Marco Bagnoli, I'm a cinematographer, and today we talk about how we get indoor shots this nice contrasty cinematic look. After watching this video you should be able to shoot something like this. So that's the first shot we're looking at, and the first thing we probably notice is, okay, we have this deep shadows, glowing highlights, the shots overall just look nice. So how do we create a shot like this? First thing we'll do is put down the camera. But where we put down the camera? Most of the time we're going for the most depth. We want to sail the wide shot. So we're going on the longer side of the room, or we're shooting into a corner. But now story comes into place. What do we want to show? We want the girl seeing from the side because she's laying on her stomach. So we want to see this cool position from here, which really a unique way to show a person. So we choose this side of the room. Then we work always around the biggest light source. The biggest light source here is clearly the window. Why do we choose for the biggest light source? Because now lighting becomes easy. Because now this is the only possibility where light is coming from. We see the whole set. Here is no light, here is no light, there is no light. Your key light is only the window. And now everyone probably knows what they have to do, because now we don't have to talk to the director, to the gaffer. No, we light it this way because it's the most organic and cinematic way to do it. Then after you put down the camera, you expose for this window. And the secret for these type of shots always curtains. Curtains are really important because they diffuse the light and also they give the wall a little bit of texture. When there was just the glass of the window, it looks very boring, very distracting, because now we can see outside. Most of the time we don't want it. We want to lead the view of our audience to the actor or the scenery we want. So we put on curtains. Also, curtains' biggest plus point is it's exactly like this setup right here. It frames our subject. Now that we have window a quarter, our view is directly placed into this area, and this is what we want. We use all techniques that are possible, focus the view from our audience where we want. Then next thing, practicals. After we set the exposure, the room's probably a little bit darker, and then we try to fill in the scene with these type of lamps. Always use these lamps because they have a really nice glow, but they don't blast light everywhere. They're just nice highlight touches that you can put here and there to fill a little bit of emptiness in the room. They look good, they give character, and like I said before, practical light source, that's what makes your image alive. You want an alive image, and when you would remove these lights, the shot will feel a lot more empty than you think about it. Start watching movies and search in the background for these type of lights. I promise you, they're everywhere, they're in every shot. Daylight, at night, they're always on because they look good. Then, now the only light you can place is here. And this could be the sun, or this could be strongest light you have in your arsenal. It really depends on the time of the day, on the location, what type of light you need. It could be everything from M18 or an M40, M19, 18 kilowatts, or what most of people nowadays when you don't want to use HMIs is the 2400 from Aperture or Godox with a Fresnel on it. This with a hard light, which gives you the most output, where you still can just plug it in into a normal socket. And they did here nothing fancy with a butterfly or something like this. They just emulated the sun and blasted into the scenery. That builds up a little bit more exposure in the room, but we also give the girl a nice edge light. But now the next most important thing is the neck. When we're having a light that's so clearly facing to one side, normally the light would bounce here at the wall and back into the scenery, and the shot would look flat. Most of the time when you're shooting inside, you probably have the problem that it looks flat. Now what we do, we put a big neck molten on the other side of the room, that there's no possible way that light can travel the room. It just goes here and then gets sucked up by the molten. That's the only way how you can create this deep contrast. Then one thing you can do, add a little bit of haze in the daylight shots, but only in the background. Don't try always to overflood the whole scenery, then it becomes really hard to control. Just a little bit of that the room gets a little bit of atmosphere and doesn't feel and look empty. So now we are switching sides with the camera, And here again, as you can see, the light is clearly coming from this side because this is where the window is at. But they changed something. The light is now much softer than before. The reason for it, when you're shooting in a wide lenses, in a wide, want to see wide area, you have to light much harder to create contrast. Now when you're going for a closer look, now you can start putting diffusions in between or setting another light, like a little carpet light on Godox 600 or something like that, and just give a little bit of a softer feeling so the light wraps a little bit better around the face and looks more pleasant. But the cinematic thing they did now was kept their hard light from this corner, and now they lighted the background with it. So the couch get a little bit of kiss, the floor get a little light kiss, so it doesn't look boring anymore. Because when you just set in this situation the key light on her and add nothing more, the shots start to feel lit. Because now it's okay, where's the light going? Why does she have the light, but the rest of the room is now dark? Doesn't make sense, doesn't look natural. So always to remember to light the background also to get a nice light continuity. So this is another shot we have. And what I really like about this shot is the natural light. You can see here was the window. There's just a little bit of light coming into the room. They knocked out the rest of the room and it's done. Just this really dark atmosphere. Everything's underexposed. She has no light at all on her, but that's okay. Why it's okay? Because it serves a purpose. It tells the story a lot better when we see what we should feel. And this character looks devastated, sad. Now when we would put perfect lighting on her and also here a little bit of spotlight and give her a nice edge, a little bit of exposure from the side, everything would feel polished. But that's not what we want. We want the character to feel broken, so the image should also look broken. You know, the job as a cinematographer is always to make the image look good, but it's only half of the job. People are booking us because we also have taste. We think about the story. We are not just lighting department. Not our job is not to, okay, this is the lighting setup and we try to make everything possible that it looks that way. No, we have with the director choices and methods to tell the story better. It's the lens choice, it's the camera movement, it's, like I said before, the lighting. When we say, hey, no lighting is better for the scenery because now it should feel real and the director supports this message, go for it. So, not everything has to look perfect, because an emotion is never perfect. Now we're in this bedroom situation, and everything here is very messy, and she's sitting on the floor with the other person. And again here, same setup. We know, okay, here's a little bit of light gloom. The light source is from here. So the only thing you have to do is put a light slightly out of frame. For scenes like this, I really love the Godox F600. It's a carpet light. It's like this thick with a softbox, but it's huge. And you have the same area a little bit more than an Aperture 150 light dome, but it's thin. And the light dome in this situation wouldn't fit, but this carpet light could. So when you see a lot of behind the scenes footage, you will see a lot more carpet lights than you think, because sometimes you just need the space and the comfort of a small light. Not the Godox 600 is like $1,200, so it's actually a pretty cheap light for that what you get. The output is somewhat around the 600D with a light dome on it, so you have a powerful source, really flat, a bit flimsy to set up. I would say it's not as fast as just a light dome and an aperture and let go for it. It's a little bit more complicated, but you have a lot more possibilities with this light. So if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a subscription from you. My name is Marco Bagnoli and I'll see you next time.